With that being said, you have to understand that if you're not making $250,000 a year, you are not in the top 23 percentile, which means you are not being represented by Republican policies. Republican policies represents big business. Big business is making $500,000 or $1 million a year. Big business is your dad is not Elon Musk. If your dad was Elon Musk, you wouldn't even be on my podcast. Let's just be real. Matter of fact, if your dad was Elon Musk, he would slap you for not primarily joining his podcast from TikTok or Twitter. Your dad's not Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk has children. He's building robots for companionship, so I don't think that he even has children. So you can't throw that curveball like, oh, Elon's my dad. That's like me saying, oh, OJ Simpson's my dad. Come on now, let's be real. Let's be real. Look at the logic behind this. Because again, if Elon Musk was your dad, you would have enough advertisement to have your own podcast where you would not have time to see my podcast because you would be starring in your own podcast. Judge George Floyd. So now you're changing dads now. George Floyd. Nah, you couldn't be George Floyd. Isn't George Floyd the guy that couldn't breathe? Now you're just making stuff up. Now you might as well just say that you're George Zimmerman's son. Now that's more believable. That's more believable. Either way, you're looking at the constraints. You don't make money. That's impossible because OJ stopped having kids in the 80s and you said you were born in 2007, so you can't have OJ as a dad. Just, And have you worked with my father on Field 3? Would I work with your father on Field 3? I would not have worked with your father on Field 3, but if you're 77 years old, I'm pretty sure my grandfather would have worked with your father on Field 3. And that's assuming that your father would have been on Field 3, because your father might have actually been on the porch of Field 3. Implications there. Did we finish the work on Field 3? No, actually what happened was right before we got to the end of the workload, they had brought us this letter and told us that we were all freed from the work we were doing. And since then, nobody's gone back to work. So those fields are still unpicked. We are as a matter of fact, since we stopped showing up, the only people that show up for work now are from Mexico. And a lot of people are complaining about that, but there's a lot of people from Mexico working in Field 3. I like that. I like that. He throws it up there. So that's where you're going from. Well, I can't really say that they wasn't. I mean, I ain't never had to grab cotton out of an aspirin bottle before. So, but I'm my own boss. So, Can I say he wants me to say happy birthday to his brother. So, yeah, I'll say happy birthday. I don't know who that is. I'm guessing it is was that Dizon? Is Dizon part of the Skippity Toilet Crew? Is Dizon part of the Skippity Toilet Crew? Yeah, you're saying yeah, you're saying Dizon. Yeah. You said it again. Yeah, you said it again. So I'm sitting over here looking at like you're saying that your brother that it sounds very tribal. You're it sounds very, very tribal. So Daizon, what? So Daizon is 6. That your uh pronunciation of that is not how it is spelled. Whoever named that child should, and that is not how you spell pronounce. And so whoever named that child needs to go back to school and learn how to spell. Previon. He said he being for real, he Peruvian. That's not how you spell Peruvian. And then that that's where the name comes from. No cap. So he wants to give a shout out to Dyson, that is pronounced as Dixon. So his brothers apparently got a name that is called Dixon. Happy birthday, Dixon. 6 years old. Probably the worst time of the year to have a birthday because you are right after Halloween, right before Thanksgiving, where there is nobody's really doing anything at that point because you have all the money spent on the Halloween candy, Halloween decorations, Halloween party. Then the rest of the money spent on Thanksgiving, and whatever's left over is buying Christmas gifts. So if your birthday is between October 31st and December 5th, you're probably not going to be paid attention to. Peruvian. But truth be told, why abort it? Why not give it up for adoption? There are surrogates all over the place. There are women over menopause stage that wants children. Why not just adopt out the child instead of eliminating the child? But there are so many people that believe that, oh, we should be able to abort the child. And you have to understand that no matter what religion that you're in, when you start talking about abortion, you start talking about ending the life of something that does not have the ability to defend itself. And while that is deemed a crime in certain areas of the United States, it is allowed in certain circumstances, even if it goes against your own religious beliefs. So when you claim that anyone who claims to be Catholic or Christian, one of those top 10 commandments is that you're not supposed to be taking lives unjustifiably and unnecessarily. And if you're over there getting abortions, you're not even honoring your own religious beliefs. So there are no morals and ethics behind aborting a child that is not negatively compromising your health. There's no morals or ethics behind it. There are none. If you don't want it, give it away. In New York, they've got a safety deposit box. You can just drop the kid off into a safety deposit box and let somebody else take the kid. You don't even need to know what the child's name is. You don't have to do anything other than drop the kid into the safety deposit box and walk away. So why is it that you guys can, instead of Camilla finding ways to aid the country in doing something about the unplanned pregnancies, she's just like, eliminate them. Wasn't there testimony in the Bible about that one king that was eliminating all the children? Will Camilla let drugs into the country? First of all, hold on. Let me put the question back up there. So she's asking me, he is asking me, will the vice president allow, because she's only the vice president for like the next 30 days, 45 days. And then after that, she's not even vice president anymore. She's just like former vice president. So she ain't got that much more things to talk about between November and December 2024.